Okay, I'm going to try and keep this brief because I'm sure you'd all prefer to be enjoying the sunshine rather than listening to me talking about it. So let's get to it. This is the generation from our existing east-west split array, 6.8 kilowatt peak combined, so 3.4 on each side. And this is the one that's coupled with our GivEnergy battery system. And you can see that in April we generated a whopping 766.8 kilowatt hours, way above what we did in the last 2 years. So yeah, extraordinarily good, following on from an excellent March. And this is the output for the two new South arrays, where I'm comparing a string inverter against microinverters. I've got a whole playlist covering that. If you want to check above my head now, there'll be a link there. But yeah, both did extremely well again in April, following on from an excellent March. So the Fox string inverter, 186 kilowatt hours, and the Enphase microinverters, 195.6 kilowatt hours. These are both 1.38 kilowatt peak arrays. And looking at the output of all three of those arrays combined, I'm very excited to report that we have generated our first 1 megawatt hour in a month. So 1.148 megawatt hours in April, which I'm super pleased about. It's going to be interesting to see how well we do over the next 3 or 4 months as well, because we've already exceeded, well, the peak of all of the next 3 months based on the expectation from the PVGIS system. That's this blue shaded area here. And yeah, we did so well that we've blasted through the +1 standard deviation line, which is this upper blue line here. So yeah, an exceptionally good April, following on from a particularly good March. So I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep this streak going, but yeah, excited to see how we get on over the rest of the summer. And finally, this chart shows the kilowatt hours per kilowatt peak for the three systems. So the existing east-west array, 112.1 kilowatt hours per kilowatt peak of array. For the Fox string inverter, 134.7 kilowatt hours per kilowatt peak, and the Enphase, 141.7 kilowatt hours per kilowatt peak. And I'm pretty sure that the two South arrays are going to stay more or less at this level for the rest of the summer. And whereas the east-west array should increase, given the typical pattern that we see with these particular orientations. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And here's the household demand based on category, and you can see that actually the air-to-air heat pump system that we use for heating over the winter, we've actually only used it 11.84 kilowatt hours in April, but that was actually exclusively for cooling rather than heating, because it's obviously been getting a little bit warmer now. This is another reason why I want to keep this video a little bit briefer today. The hot water is down at 54.2 kilowatt hours, so that's very slowly reducing into the summer as the air is getting a bit warmer outside, so the heat pump is having to work a little bit less hard, and the water going into the cylinder is a little bit warmer as well. So it's needed to be heated a little bit less than over the winter, so that's reducing very slowly. The EV, we actually use it quite a bit more in April compared to the previous few months, 133 kilowatt hours. The towel rails is down to 10 kilowatt hours. I've basically turned those off now, so from now on it'll basically be 0 over the rest of the summer. And we didn't use the dehumidifiers at all in April. And of course that leaves the rest of the household, so things like ovens and TVs and everything else, and lights, 219.4 kilowatt hours, which is a little bit down on March for various reasons. But yeah, I'm expecting that to stay around about that level for the rest of the summer. And on to the money finally, and because of the new South arrays generating so much, and because it's been such a good couple of months solar-wise, our rolling 12-month bill is dropping off a cliff now, and in fact we're down to £73.63 for the previous 12 months combined. So basically from May last year through to April this year, the total bill, that's running everything, the heating, the EV, everything else in the house, is totaling £73.63. So that's pretty exceptional, and I'm very pleased about that. I'm pretty confident that we're going to have a negative annual bill pretty soon. And to show you how that looks in terms of the individual components of what makes up that bill, the actual bill that we received in April was minus £118.29, all that good solar export on the outgoing Octopus tariff. The estimated total savings are £284.40 for April, because what I estimated was our actual bill, our equivalent bill if we didn't have the solar, and if we had gas for the central heating and the hot water, and if we had a petrol car instead of the EV, our bill would have been £166.11. So if you combine the actual bill with the estimated bill that we would have had, then that gives me the estimated total savings of £284. So that's the best we've had for, well, basically the last 13 months. So yeah, very pleased about that. I'm very interested to see how this plays out over the next few months, especially because we've got these two new South arrays. very excited. And I will share obviously all of that with you as and when in the coming months. So that's it. That's everything from me today. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. There's also channel memberships available now. If you want to join and get these videos a few days early, go and hit that join button. But yeah, that's everything that I've got to say today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and now you can get out and enjoy the sunshine again. See you next time.